So one of the things that we wanted to take a look at in Captivate 8, which is really cool and solving a lot of problems, is responsive design-based modules. This is the idea that you've got a module, but you've got people viewing it on all sorts of different things. So some people are viewing it on a PC, laptop, Mac, but then they're viewing it on tablets. Sometimes the tablets are portrait or landscape, and so the designs don't quite fit the way you want them to, or it starts to shrink them down too small. And then people trying to view things on phones, which normally you'd have to completely develop two different designs, two different files for each of those designs, because phones really throw design out the window. Any design that you have built for like a laptop, a PC, tablet, if someone says, oh, that also has to work on a mobile device or a mobile phone, a smartphone, a designer will usually say, oh, well, okay, I have to kind of throw out how I maybe envision this module looking. And then from the developer standpoint, well, we've got to build two versions of this thing. We don't really have to do that now. I mean, there's kind of a gray area, but I want to show you how Captivate 8 has solved the problem, or at least started to solve the problem. I think it's a great step forward. So here in Captivate 8, this is just launched. You can see there's a number of items. You start with a blank project, pull stuff in from PowerPoint, a template, if you want to do a software simulation. But this is the thing we're going to focus on here, and this is the responsive project. So I'm going to click on that. Okay, so here we have kind of our blank canvas. You'll see something across the top here, which is very nice. This is our various devices. It's more about the width of the device. So I'll just click on this, and you'll see that this changes. 1024, 768, 360. You can also view device height here. I think a lot of people may use devices that are a little bit taller for the phone. So if I click now, and I've noticed, I don't know if this is a bug, but tablet seems to adjust its size. So what's nice is you can see the height here as well as the width. So, and some people will have phones that they want it to flip to a specific device, or you know, there's smartphones, and then there's these little note phones, various things that are a little bit bigger. You can adjust for that. Now what's really nice about this is, and I'm in kind of our regular mode, this is probably the mode that you would normally develop in. This is you know, a PC or Mac. I'm going to click on a shape, and I'm going to put that shape right here, and I'm going to jump over here to the properties so I can adjust this. I'm going to just fill this in with a red color, bring it up to 100%, and let's get rid of this stroke on the object. So now we've got an object, and it's on screen, and it's exactly what I need. But people are going to be viewing this on a tablet. Okay, so yeah, that still works. That looks good. But some people are going to be viewing it on a phone. And so you can see how it automatically scales it down, and that's okay. You know, that'll work. So let's come back to here. I want to add some text to this. This is text. And let's make that white and increase the size a little bit bigger than that. Okay, so that's good. Now let's jump to tablet mode. That's good. Let's jump to mobile. And you can see that text is starting to get awfully small. So let's just go in here and make it bigger. Okay, so now it's bigger. Let's go back here. And you know, it didn't affect that, which is very nice. It only affected this 410 pixel wide mode, which is exactly what we want. So I wanted to pull in another project that we had done. I just pulled in a couple slides from it to show you how this works with a little bit more complex module. So again, we see our three modes here. This is the main screen, so you can see that there's a next button, course title, subtitle, text, image, a number of different elements on this screen. You can see a couple of elements out here, and I'll talk about that in just a second. So some of these objects are in the master slide. So just to show that real quick, I'll go to the master slide view. And we've got the course title, this background graphic, and it's all part of the master. The master slide also can adjust for the various devices. Again, not too big of a change between the primary and the tablet, but the phone changes a bit. Smaller course title, we have this white box go all the way to the edges. I'll kind of jump back and forth a little bit. You can see how that changes with the mobile device. So I'll exit the master slide. And here we are back on this slide that we've looked at. I'm going to click on tablet, and you can see that it scales a bit, but generally everything's in the same spot. Everything still fits. I think we did scale up the text slightly so that it is a little bit more readable on this size. We did adjust, I mean, we can look at it. We can see what changes. We did adjust the text size here. But now let's go down to the phone size. So this changes pretty significantly. We've got an image on top. So that red box that you saw, we actually moved that off the screen. For this template, we could put it down here, but we thought, it's kind of additional text, kind of reinforces some things, and in this case, it's not necessary on the mobile version. We also changed the navigation slightly. We have a little bit of a separator here. We brought that arrow down to here. The image itself is just a swap. So this is actually the image that you'd see here. When we got to this mode, we just threw it off to the side, imported in a new image that's a little bit more cropped and the right size, and that's it. So let me publish this real quick so we can see how that's going to look. Actually, I can do a preview project. So here's the project. There's a couple of additional elements that you can just ignore, pretend they're not there, due to when we pulled this in. So here's the project in preview mode. It's got this nice bar here, so you can actually adjust this and see how the width is going to change the window. You can see as it hits 768, it's going to change more significantly due to that being kind of a keyframe between different widths. And as we get down even smaller to 423, you're going to see that jump quite a bit more. So you can see that jump. Those images swap, the title and subtitle switch. And you can certainly see along the way there's issues. There's problems with how things fit. There's problems with the scale of some things. So these are things that generally need to be played with to get worked out. Whenever you work on a template or a module, it's really important to check as much as possible that this does work on the various devices. So you do have the tools now to make sure things can adjust for different devices, but again, you have to spend a lot of time making sure it does, testing on various devices. I think you can come in here and publish to, I guess you can preview in Adobe Edge, so you can throw this into Edge, you can see what it looks like on various devices. In fact, you can actually build stuff in Edge. I should probably show this in a future video. You can take stuff built in Edge that is responsive and bring it back into this program, which is pretty cool. So there's a lot you can do now with responsive design. So we'll probably put together some additional videos showing some of the other features and approaches to using responsive design. But hopefully that gives you a real good overview. So again, my name is David Charney from eLearningLocker.com.